Hello. Sorry. Hello. Welcome to Family We've Got Your Back. This week we're not doing a presentation with our little tablet and
yeah, we're having show and tell instead.
We are. Okay, so
class, this is Michelle. She has brought one of her...
Oh, stop. Okay. I'm Michelle Christensen. Welcome to Family We've Got Your Back. This is my husband, Trent. He's an 8th grade math teacher. And this is one of the funnest and least fun times of year for him because students come up to him after he's been warning them for months. This is your cutoff date for turning in work. This is your cutoff date for upping your citizenship. And
so you
after
can go
the
to
cutoff date,
you can go to field trips or whatever.
Yeah, and so they come to him just after the cutoff date. Can I do something about this? No, I've warned you for months. But also, it's the fun trips and the statistics Olympics. And anyway, so...
Yeah. And on the first day of the term and most days afterwards, I've been saying, make sure that you're doing what you should so you can be involved in these rewards that are for the people. Yeah, every single year. They think they can just get away with,
not doing their work all year long and then all of a sudden get the reward that you get for doing your work all year long. Shocking.
But Mr. Christensen, they don't have this kind of thing at high school.
Gee,
Truth.
Then maybe you should have behaved yourself all year long, right? Well, anyway, so we thought we'd do something fun.
Yeah.
And when we have family time and we choose to do a movie, I usually get to be the picker of the show.
Yeah.
I'm really good at picking shows from my past that people are like, what? And the family loves them.
Typically, yeah.
I've made 2 mistakes, and I think it's because I hadn't seen those movies before.
Oh.
Maybe just 1 mistake.
I
know for sure I made 1 mistake, for sure. Anyway. So over, 25 years making 1 mistake and choosing a family movie, I think that's a pretty good track record. Anyway, I don't know why I'm great at it. Maybe because I choose classics from the 80s. Yeah,
they're classics. You choose classics from the 80s or even the 60s, and you're really solid.
Anyway,
there was some really good things there.
The old Disneys like the Swiss Family Robinson, stuff like that. So yeah, they're great.
Duke.
They were great family hits. Anyway, so as we're flipping through the options, The Joy of Painting with Bob Ross pops up. And I'm like, we're using your account for this one. And we start watching. And it's hilarious. We start busting up and laughing about it.
Not because it's funny per se, but... It's so different from our day and age, right?
Yeah, it's like throwback.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's just the things he says is like,
the happy trees.
A rabbit could live there. Stuff like that. You're like, what? It's like, what?
You just don't know what he's going to say.
And then he picks up a baby bird. He's like, you hear that peeping? That's my bird. You're like, what? You had a bird just sitting next to your paints? It's like, what?
Like a live bird?
Yes.
In the studio?
Yes.
I missed that episode.
Anyway, so it's just really funny. We were just laughing. And so I call the boys up and say, okay, boys,
come watch an episode or 2.
14 and 17, you have to come watch The Joy of Painting with us.
Yeah.
And they give me the death stare, right? Like,
death stare.
Are you kidding me? You're making
they
me
all
do
know
this.
About Bob Ross.
They do,
they
but
know
they've
about
never
him.
watched
But it's like,
an episode.
why would I want to watch a guy paint?
Right?
That seems so lame.
Well, we would have said lame. They said something else.
Yeah.
Like, ain't no way or something like that, right? So we make them sit down because,
do what you do.
Benevolent dictatorship in our house, right? It's there's no democracy or republic in our home. It's
give it a try.
Democracy.
You'll see.
Yeah.
You'll
so
see.
We're like, sit down, just watch.
Yeah. It's only 30 minutes.
So Adam gets on the arm of the couch and starts planking, like just laying there on his back, like straight out, right? But then he starts to watch the show. And he's like, what? How did he do that?
Yeah.
And he just, the whole time, the rest of the time, he's like, what? How? Huh?
Like he's just taking his little blade or his brush, and all of a sudden,
there's a mountain.
And there's a mountain.
Or a tree, or a lake, or you're like, how did he do that?
Or it used to be 2D, and then all of a sudden, swoop, and it's 3D.
Right.
It just pops.
Right? And so then Adam said, I've got to do this.
This would be great for a date.
This would be great for a date or an activity with my friends, right? Yep. And we're like, ding.
Yes, it would. It definitely would be.
Yes, it would be. So, with very little money, I went to the craft store.
That's going out of business.
It's going out of business.
So everything's on discount.
And
they're
bought
giving stuff away.
some stuff, And so anyway, and so I'm like, well, I should at least see if this is doable for him, right? And so this afternoon, this is what I did. Okay, just so you know, I've never painted anything in my life besides crafts, like toll painting, right? Like, let's paint this Santa Claus, right?
Yeah, for Christmas.
So obviously, it's not good at all. It maybe would fetch
mic's coloring up.
It would fetch a quarter at a yard sale.
Yeah,
maybe even $1 at a yard sale.
And I think it's fantastic.
And then my daughter put her thumb in a tree and then touched the sky. And so I had to, I'm like, what?
You have to be sympathetic. She's only
24.
Oh.
She apparently didn't know oil paints take weeks to dry sometimes.
It took a while.
Right? So anyway, so it's still wet. Now see, it's all over my hand. So anyway, so yeah, she's not the only one to put her hand in the paint, but I at least didn't touch the front. I just somehow got paint on the back of the canvas.
Probably the side right there.
Whatever. So anyway, obviously it's not quality. My first try ever, and let me tell you, it's harder than you would think.
Of course it
is.
He
like just...
He's had
and
hours
there's a happy little tree. And
decades of experience.
And I discovered that the quality of your brush matters when you're painting a happy little tree. This like 3-bristle fan brush isn't going to cut it. So anyway, so it's much harder than you think it is. Anyway, but so
today's episode.
Long story short, get to the point, Michelle. I'm rambling. Try new things.
Try new things.
Because it's great, like we were saying, watching the old classics for family time, right? Why not spice it up one time with the joy of painting?
Or whatever.
And paint, right?
Whatever.
Or like doing your favorite things is great.
Yeah.
But when you're spending quality time together, that can get old. Like people who love going hiking can never get old, right?
No.
But every once in a while, do something else that stretches you, that's out of your comfort zone.
Yeah.
So that you can grow. What if this new thing that you try is now your new favorite thing to do? If
You'll never know if you
stepped out of your comfort zone and tried it, you wouldn't have known. Right? It's like when a dinner plate is offered to a 4-year-old, they're not going to eat their vegetables because yuck. Right? But you offer it, I think the number was 17 times. And then they will eat it. Right? We're not saying try something new 17 times before you say, no, I'm rubbish at this. Right?
Right.
No, we're saying, hey, have you ever tried ice skating? Have you ever gone, it's obviously been winter for a very long time, snowshoeing. Have you ever, we have a lot of winter. Have you ever gone birding? That's what you call it now, birding, bird watching, whatever, birding. Yeah. Have you ever, people watched? I don't know, whatever. Come up with something cool on the spot. Try something new besides basketball.
We read, so we routinely read what we're comfortable with. Choosing a different kind of book.
Yeah,
choose
reading
a
different
genre, right?
Yeah, that's trying something new.
That's trying something new.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. Pickleball is new for a lot of people, and it's
not anymore. But if you've never played pickleball, try it.
New for a lot of people.
Yeah, not too many people play tennis anymore because pickleball is easier. I still whiff, I still fall down walking. So pickleball is not for me. Like I've tried it 2 or 3 times. I can't connect to save my life. I can't play ping pong. Anything that takes hand-eye coordination. I will play once or twice and then I'm done. Because it's just it's...
Sourdough bread. You could try that out. Okay.
That has been a huge success for me. I'm now the treat bringer for the games for my son's Frisbee team. And they look to me like puppy dog eyes like...
What did she bring this time?
No. It was pumpkin chocolate chip sourdough muffins, by the way.
Yes. Winner.
Yeah. And by the end, because they kept reaching into the bag, it was just crumbs in the bottom of the bag that's like this thick, right? Because they were so moist and falling apart. And so they just grabbed handfuls of crumbs and shoved them in their mouths by the end.
No,
they're like, oh, this is the best ever. Yeah, huge success for me.
Now, let me say
Typically,
something.
I fail at baking, right? I am a failure at baking, but this I excelled at.
It did take a bit, though. I mean, it took at least weeks of diligent practice.
I did. It was alter the time 5 minutes, alter the grams this and how long this, and it took a couple weeks, not weeks, but just like you're implying it took months. It took 2 weeks to figure out how to bake.
But
my oven made and my temperature and humidity in my house created this bread.
Do you recognize what you just said? It didn't take weeks. It just took a couple weeks.
Well, you're implying it took forever. I don't think 2 weeks of fiddling with a recipe.
Weeks? No, that would be weeks.
That's.
We talked about body language.
Now we need a understanding your spouse's vocabulary.
Right.
Anyway.
I need to put this out there too. Some people are extremely resistant to change. I'm really bad at it.
He hates asking questions.
He
hates looking foolish.
Right.
Like we were talking about last week, Quinn at Haven's wedding. He's like, that would never be me. I wouldn't.
It would require a lot of getting used to the idea before I would put myself in that vulnerable position.
Because just dancing is not something that's not something he does.
Yep. But there are some things that I am willing to try.
But we did take a dance class together.
We did.
We did. We took, and so he tried it with me.
Yep.
Right? He's put himself out there. But was he performing this dance? No.
No. Am I still a crappy dancer? Yes.
Was it 24 years
That
ago?
was 24 years ago.
It was right after our dog, our first child was born. We took a dance class.
You wanted to do the builder program for decades.
Oh, we built our house. It took a solid decade of encouragement.
We should try that out. And eventually I was in a position life had calmed down enough and we were in a position that I was like, you know what? We should do this. We need to do this. And so, you need to be patient. You can't. That's my point on this. Is if you are trying, if you're wanting to do something differently with your spouse or with your family or with anybody,
friends or loved ones or whatever,
let it hang. Sometimes you'll have to let it hang. You can't just say, I would
say marinate.
Yes,
let the idea
marinate.
Work
that's the right word.
You.
Yeah, let it work. Bring it up occasionally. You don't want to push people into something.
Yeah, if I had pushed him when I first wanted to do it, building a house, it would have torn us. It would have been a real. It would have been a source of contention. And so he knew that it was an interest of mine.
Yep.
And I'm like, I would say, do you think it's time yet? Or what do you think we should get on the list yet? Or are you ready for this?
Yeah.
And he wasn't until
a
couple years ago.
Until I was ready.
Until he was ready. And we knew it was the right time. And it happened almost immediately when he was ready. Which, like 9 years of waiting and then like 2 months or something of being on the list. Mm-hmm. Right? Of a different list. We were waiting for a different town and for 3 years. Yeah. And it just wasn't happening. Nope. And then like 2 months of getting in a different town and it happened. So when it's the right time, when it's something huge like that, like a year and a half time commitment of like a full-time job, we had to let that marinate for years. But like watching a Bob Ross video and getting a few paints and canvases and
trying out some
crappy brushes.
That should be a low investment thing.
That's a low time and money investment. That's let's just try this once. You might enjoy it.
Different family games are for different types.
Yeah. You know? He hates Monopoly.
Yep.
Absolutely hates it. But he enjoys the Great Craft Fair game or whatever it is. Because he gets to pretend to be Madge or whatever and uses a grandma voice. No, her
Granny Fanny.
Granny Fanny, his mom's grandma. Pretend. Did you know this, Bonnie? We're embarrassing you. She had like so many little kids. And so she'd dress up as this grandma. Yes. And they would just beat her to death. She's like, sometimes you'd beat on, like, sometimes the brothers would beat on her to find their mother in this costume. And I'm like, wait, did this happen? I don't remember that bit. Somebody said that once. And I'm like, really? You beat on your mother? And, anyway, like, if you don't know.
Land of Goshen. Yeah. What are you doing?
Yeah. So she'd come out in this grandma costume and they'd just be, it's a funny thing that she would do. Because what do you do with tons of little kids, right? She became Granny Fanny, so he gets to pretend to be Granny Fanny while we play this craft fair game that's basically Monopoly.
But doesn't take hours and hours.
No,
and hours.
And it's hilarious.
That's the point. That's the frustrating thing with Monopoly.
It's like really funny.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, your crocheted doilies.
Your crocheted doilies are a hit.
You get $100. It's funny. So anyway.
So
I got him to play Monopoly.
Put yourself in situations and culture. You make that a part of your family culture is to let's try this out. Let's see what will happen.
And we're not saying you have to forego all your favorite things. Just every once in a while, try something new.
Yeah.
Because Christensen's try new things. That was one of the first things. Like Christensen's try new things, mainly about food.
Right.
But yeah, it's like that when the kids would complain at the family reunions or whatever, I would hear from some dad, Christensen's try new things, right? And Christensen's are finishers. Well, I guess I'm not a Christensen because obviously I'm not really much of a finisher. You should see all my half-done projects.
This is finished.
Oh, don't touch it. You just put your thumb in it.
I did.
He just put his thumb in it.
In your signature?
He just put his thumb in my signature.
Dang it.
Now we're matching paint
I didn't think I did. I thought I put it right on the corner.
Just on the corner. Yeah.
No,
anyway.
That wasn't me.
Uh-huh. Anyway. Yeah, don't touch it. It's wet. And see, now I'm even covered in more paint.
So, yeah.
So try new
things.
Have fun with it. Enjoy it. So that's your assignment. Try something new.
Yeah, try it.
It doesn't matter what it is. And in what aspect of your life. You have an old way of doing something that's kind of working.
Maybe you did something as a teenager that you'd like to retry with your family.
Yeah.
That's always fun.
It's like I used to snowboard or ski or do something summery. I don't know. I never skied.
No.
I'm just
like I can't see that.
No. That would be like
we could try that,
instantly.
But yeah,
broken leg instantly for me.
Make good choices.
Yeah. Don't take your life into your hands while trying these new things.
I want to try skydiving sometime.
I actually do too.
Yes.
Because, you're strapped to some guy that knows what he's doing your first time or 20 times or whatever. And mine gets to be tall, dark, and handsome with big muscles.
Like I'm strapped to a guy. We're closing down.
We're not doing that anymore.
Y'all have a good week.
Anyway, try something new. Bye.
Try something new.